WWE wrestlers aren't actual fighters, but they are some of the strongest human beings on Earth. Before they would debut on the main roster as The Shield, Dean Ambrose, Seth Rollins, and Roman Reigns fought each other in a triple threat match in FCW. It was pretty cool to see, and one moment in particular stood out. While Dean and Seth were going at it, Roman swooped in, lifted both men on his shoulders, and gave them a massive Samoan drop. Reigns was literally carrying the Shield on his back at one point. Mark Henry is called the world's strongest man, and he has definitely earned that title. Throughout his WWE career, Henry demonstrated how strong he really was. However, one of the best demonstrations of Mark Henry's godlike strength happened on the January 6, 2006 episode of SmackDown. The main event was a steel cage tag team match featuring Rey Mysterio and Batista taking on Eminem. Partway through the match, Mark Henry came storming out. The plan was for Mark Henry to break the lock on the cage door and get involved, which is what happened. However, WWE's production team was supposed to gimmick the lock to make it easy to break. Someone messed up and put a real lock around the door instead. Mark Henry was so strong though that he was able to break a real steel chain and get the job done. Braun Strowman is a human bulldozer. The Monster Man has demonstrated a ton of amazing feats of strength. However, there were usually some behind-the-scenes tricks that made the impossible possible. Despite that, there were no tricks with this amazing feat of strength. On Raw in 2018, Braun Strowman and Finn Balor were backstage. Their conversation would lead to a match between Braun and Finn later that night. To show everyone he meant business, Strowman picked up an apple and crushed it with just one hand.
I like competition.
In 1998, Goldberg was unstoppable. The master of the jackhammer had never been defeated, which earned him the World Heavyweight Championship. However, Goldberg's undefeated streak was going to be tested when he faced the Big Show. The Giant was a powerful foe, but even he couldn't stop Goldberg. While all this was scripted, the one thing that wasn't was Big Show's size. Despite the 7-foot-tall monster's weight, Goldberg was able to lift him into the air and send him crashing back down for the jackhammer. Before he defended the World Heavyweight Championship against Rey Mysterio and Batista, the Great Khali appeared backstage to show how powerful he was. Khali grabbed a cantaloupe and squeezed it flat with his bare hands. That was nothing though. Right after that, the Indian Giant took a watermelon and used his raw strength to bust the fruit wide open. Johnny Stromboli is a WWE wrestler you might not be familiar with, but you certainly will remember him after you see this. On episode of SmackDown in 2003, Stromboli was in a match against the 350-pound Rikishi. While Rikishi started the match hot, Johnny turned things around quickly when he lifted the super heavyweight over his head and then slammed him onto the mat. This is almost an inhuman level of strength. Big Show was in a match against Mr. Perfect. Despite the incredible size difference, Mr. Perfect was somehow able to execute the perfect plex on the Giant. That's it from today's video. Watch other videos showing on the screen, and I will see you in the next one. Deuces.